Hello and welcome to episode 74 of Things I've Learned from Barry Harris. And today I thought we would discuss 16th note triplets. Since the previous episode we discussed 8th note triplets, and now I thought maybe we would utilize the 16th note triplet using his descending rules for the half steps with major. And I thought in this episode we would take a look at F major, since we haven't really played in it much, and then maybe we'll look at confirmation if we get that far with playing phrases over it, because that's in the key of F. So you have to know your F major. So the first rule, let's say for half steps, would be starting on a tonic, putting one half step between 6 and 7. So this is F major scale. So starting on tonic. So now the rule for the triplet is whatever note you start on, that's the rule that you use. So you can basically just play normal. So now what we have to do is make that first note a 16th note triplet. So we got to feel this triplet and. So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. We gotta say triplet and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It's really beautiful. Now what's nice is Barry used to do this exercise. He would say, okay, let's just recite this. So we would say, put the 16th note triplet on the first beat, 16th note triplet on the second beat, 16th note triplet on the third beat, and 16th note triplet on the fourth beat. So maybe we could say 1, 2, 3, 4, triplet and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now we'll put on 2, 3, 4, 1 and triplet and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and triplet and 4 and 1, 2, 3 on the 4, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and triplet and 1. So, okay, so that's the concept behind it. So now if we took this phrase and we said we're going to do it on the 1, so we would say here we'll put the 16th note triplet between the tonic and the major second. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. 16th note triplet right on the tonic. Now what if we did it on the second beat? So now we'd have... Now we need a triplet here. So what we're going to do is we're still going to play this, but now we have to play the 16th note triplet and the scale note higher, which would be between 6 and major 7. So we're going to say... So now we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and triplet and 3 and 4 and 1. One more time without me talking. Now maybe we'll do on the third beat, which would be 1 and 2 and... Now right here we would need a triplet. Triplet and... So we'll say... So now we'll say... And that's on the third beat. The fourth beat would be 1 and 2 and 3 and triplet and 1. So let's see. So now we got... Let's do the first one again. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now you can also, that was doing it on the first beat, on the second beat, on the third beat, or on the fourth beat. Now you can also do it on a bunch of them. You could say, let's do it on the first one and the third one. So we'll say 2, 3, 4. That's a pretty phrase. Really pretty. Let's do it on the first one and the second one and not on the third one. Let's do it on the first one and the second one and the third one. That was all of them. Now, I don't know if you'd necessarily ever play that, but it's an interesting concept. Really interesting. How about just the first one and the fourth beat? So the one on the first beat and one on the fourth beat. Oh no, so let's see. That's a nice one. A very nice phrase. Really beautiful. And all we did was we took this same phrase, which is just the major scale down from tonic to tonic, putting 1/2 step between 6 and 5, and see how many little pretty variations we had of the same phrase. And some people might not see it as a difference, but there's definite difference if you play, or there's something to that has a different, it's really beautiful. I love it. Okay, so that's the concept. So basically what you want to do is take, what I like to think of is whatever your favorite phrase is, and try to throw a 16-note triplet on it. Where you could say, well, and I don't even have to worry about what the rules are, because if I know what my rules are, it's whatever that note is. I already know it, so it doesn't change when I throw a 16-note triplet on it. So let's say if we said, let's see. There it is right away. So if I said 1, 2, 3. Let me try that again. So if I put this, a 16-note triplet on this, maybe I could say, there it is. And there I could have done the 16-note triplet between the 3rd and the 4th, or the 3rd and the 5th. That's kind of a nice one too. That's a nice one. Yeah, so you take any of your normal phrases. So here's a phrase from the, let's do from the 2nd. So if we did from the 2nd, we would do no half steps. That's a nice phrase. 1, 2, 3, let's see. I was just trying to do some more 16-note phrases, 16-note triplet phrases on the bottom. But you see how great this is? You take any one of the phrases that you normally do. Let's see if we said, let's try to put in a 16-note triplet there. So I came up a chord from the 3rd of F major, put a half step below it. So what if I said, that's a nice phrase. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That's a nice one, so I did this. So here's the phrase. Same thing, coming up a chord from the 3rd, a half step below. And then down to the 3rd of A. But I like, wow, they sound so good. Oh man. And this is one of those things that Barry always discusses, that is now missing from the music. Not only is 8th note triplets missing from the 8th note triplets missing from the music, but 16th note triplets are really missing from the music. And if you listen to Bird and Bud Powell and Sonny Rollins, Coleman Hawkins, all the Lester Young, all the greatest players, you're going to hear these triplets over and over again. And somehow in more modern, what people call modern, you don't hear it anymore. It's a lot of 8th note-y things, but it's not a lot of triplets. And they're really beautiful things, especially on guitar. For some reason, I don't know, it's one of the few things that I found easier, the concept, to pick up. A lot of the things that Barry talks about in the horn player class, it took me a very long time to try to get it together. The two things I remember that I really, that I have gotten together pretty quickly for me, was his chromatic scale and these triplets, like learning how to do a triplet. Now, it might have been a little bit longer to have me figure out where the next fingering is, and then it kind of messed up my fingering. But in a way, it helped my fingering, because then I was able to see the fretboard much better. Same way with 8th notes. So these are really interesting to practice. So I would suggest you take whatever your favorite phrase is, or a couple of phrases that you play, and obviously we're just doing them on a major, but you could do them on anything, on minor, dominant, anything, and liven them up, give them a little something more with these 16th note triplets. See if you can add them. See if when and where you can add them. And you might take a phrase that maybe you've loved for a long time, and you might even fall in love with it even more when you add a triplet in a certain spot. So, all right. Well, anyway, until next time, I hope you enjoyed checking out some 16th note triplets. Until next time, thanks.